Okay, so here's the setup. We've got Digital Love on an audio track here. Going in, I've looped an 8-bar section of the bit that we're going to learn and the bit that we want to get our keys to sound as close to as possible. I really like to use stock Ableton plugins as well as free plugins from other third-party companies, such that it's really accessible for everybody. So what I've come up with is if you go to Instruments, then Electric, click in and go to Piano and Keys, and then scroll down till we find, this is the one, Crunchy Piano. Okay, and we don't need to change anything on the settings here. I quite like it. We'll give it a quick audition. Sounds pretty good to me. Now we want some reverb. Now I've already got 3 reverbs here. You can see one of my other videos where I show you how to set up stock reverbs on your return channels, a small, a medium, a large, and then a delay as well. These are really handy go-to return tracks to have. So what we're going to do, we're going to dial in some of the medium reverb up to about here. Okay, and we also want some phaser. Now again, we're going to use a stock Ableton one, Audio Effects, phaser, and the one I like to use is this Acoustic Cascade. And the only difference I'm going to make is I'm going to speed it up a little bit. So we can turn the rate down from 2 to 1 bar per cycle. Let's give that a quick listen. So it's got that nice movement with it now. And finally, we're going to add a little bit of chorus. Now, this is actually, it is a free plugin, but it's not an Ableton one. It's one from Togu audio line. And it's the Chorus LX plugin, and we're just going to use stock settings. We don't need to change anything there. It's just on button number 1. Everything else, 50%, stereo up, 100%. Okay, let's give this a quick listen now. Okay, great. Yeah, it's sounding familiar. So let's quickly listen to the first one now. Can turn the volume up a bit. I'm going to start to play along in a minute, and you see how close we've got it. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. So this riff centres around the D chord in the right hand predominantly, with little extras being done with the left hand. So the first section, I'll play at normal speed, is this. Okay, and this is it at slow speed now. So you can see this A note here just happens at the first half, and then it disappears while the more melodic stuff happens. And then the second half we're going to bring in the bass note down here, which ties the chords together a little bit more. So at normal pace. So this is the tricky bit now, is kind of splitting your brain in half and trying to get your left hand and your right hand to do the different parts independently. Experienced keyboardists will have, or piano players will have no problem with this, but for those of us who are self-taught, it does just take repetition, a lot of repetition to get right, but just bear with it, stick with it, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's not impossible. Okay, so slowly, here we go. Now I'm not saying this is 100% accurate, but I think it's close enough. So if you were ever going to do a cover of it, there's no way anyone would pick you out on having any slight little issues with the notes. Plus, it's also, I just find these interesting to see how simple some of our favourite tracks really are when you break them down. I hope you found this useful. I shall look forward to seeing you for track number 4. Cheers and see you soon.